Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a pulsating Norristown gymnasium. And Frank, we've said it once before this year, this is all that high school basketball is all about. Plymouth-Whitemarsh coming off a loss to Coatesville, earlier ranked number 3 in Southeast Pennsylvania. The Norristown Eagles trying to crack into the top 10, coming off an impressive 20-point victory last night over Central Bucks West. Plymouth-Whitemarsh, a very big team, 6'10", 6'6", 6'3", 6'3". Norristown, having lost Ty Crutchfield maybe for the year. What can you expect tonight here in this?
Well, Jim, first of all, I expect a big game. This is the second game of the year where Norristown is probably the underdog by a little bit. Both teams, their only losses to Coatesville. PW, on paper, it looked like they gave Coatesville a little better game than Norristown did. But Norristown has the home court advantage, so you might call it an even game, maybe PW a couple-point favorite. But as you said, Norristown is missing Crutchfield, who was a big rebounder for them, and PW is a big team. I think we have two similar teams. I think it's going to be a tough game for Norristown. They're going to have to play good ball to win, and they're going to have to make the outside shots and make the foul shots.
Neighborhood rivalry tonight, the kind of game that you love to see. Big crowd here. We're looking at the Plymouth-Whitemarsh crowd, and obviously a lot of people have come to support the Colonials. And an interesting little maybe sideshow in this game, Frank. The big 6'10" center for Plymouth-Whitemarsh very easily could have been a Norristown player. You wonder what we would have been with a center that big.
Yeah, Jim, because I can't remember when Norristown had some decent height. You know, we're always dealing with people usually 6'5" or under. It's rare that we get somebody in the 6'10" category. And I'm trying to think back the last time we had somebody that big, and I can't remember.
Norristown moving into a very rough stretch of game. I talked to somebody just earlier who helps the Norristown team, and I don't think he meant to be pessimistic at all when he said that they would be happy, some of them, to get through this stretch 3 and 2. PW tonight, Neshaminy away next Tuesday, North Penn next Friday, Harrisburg next Saturday, and then Truman the following week.
Right, in case fans don't know it, North Penn was undefeated, 11-0, and just last night Neshaminy beat them. So Neshaminy must have something, and Norristown's next game after tonight's game is away at Neshaminy.
Yeah, every game in that crossover section can be a tough game. All of the teams, Neshaminy, Council Rock, the others, are all tough. To stay in this game tonight to have a chance, what are the Eagles going to have to do?
Jim, they're going to have to play good defense, and I think this is the kind of game that could come down to foul shooting. And in the beginning of the year, the Eagles looked really great. Now, I didn't see their last game, but the game before that, they were a little off on their foul shooting. But I think this is going to be a real dogfight tonight, and the Eagles are going to have to play almost a perfect game to win this one. PW, Thursday, the Enquirer had them ranked number 3 in the Philadelphia area. Now, of course, that was before their game with Coatesville. That very night, they lost to Coatesville in a very close game. So they'll probably drop down from there. But Norristown has yet to make it in the top 10.
Colonials coming in tonight with a very tall team. Can we expect to see the Eagles use their full court pressure for a main part of the game?
Well, Jim, ordinarily I might say yes. But at the same time, Colonial has some good ball handlers. Their tall men can also, except for one, I won't mention names, but most of their tall men can handle the ball.
Yeah, we've said often, the way to beat a press is you allow one of your big men to dribble and handle the ball, because that's a real asset. Once again, I said earlier, I love high school basketball, and this is just an exciting time. And you can hear, I think, fans, the excitement already. The teams are just in warm-up. We're about 8 minutes away from starting, and I think we're going to hear a tremendous amount of noise here tonight. And that's what I love. This is what high school basketball is all about. We'll be back with a tip-off shortly. Once again, the Eagles of Norristown hosting the Colonials of PW. A big game for Norristown. The excitement is mounting here as the team's moving off after having warmed up. Interesting fact already, Frank. The 6'10" sophomore Gene Shipley is not going to be starting apparently tonight for PW. Now, I didn't ask the coach why, Well, I wonder if there's some kind of a disciplinary move, and 6'5" John Salmons, sophomore,
Well,
is
Jim,
starting.
I don't know. I hear that Shipley isn't that fast. Maybe they just want more speed out there on the court against Norristown, figuring they don't need the height since Norristown's big man, Ty Crutchfield, is out with anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks with a broken fibula. So maybe they figure they're going to give up the height and more for speed.
Actually, that would put Ty back for the playoffs, which is good. I wonder if Shipley also, he's growing into his body, as they say, and you wonder if, from a stamina standpoint, that he maybe just doesn't have it. PW, Frank, a very young team, starting 2 sophomores and a
Oh,
freshman,
yeah, they're going to be around for a while.
and 6'10" Shipley, another sophomore. Yeah, it looks as though they're a force to be reckoned with. Coatesville, a team that we have seen and that is very good, is primarily their best player anyway, is an upperclassman, and they remain undefeated. So, that loss, our only blemish, is not a bad loss. And as you remember, we were in that game right up to the 4th quarter and playing tough. So the margin of victory in that game was no way a sign of how tough we played them.
And PW played them pretty much the same way. PW, the score was a little closer at the end, but I thought Norristown could have had a closer score at the end. It's kind of like they went to that long 3-point shot a little sooner than they had to, and as a result, Coatesville was able to get a few quick baskets that ordinarily you wouldn't get. So this should be a pretty even game tonight, except for the fact that the Eagles are missing Ty Crutchfield.
Yeah, Frank, you said earlier that about the foul shooting. Let's hope that the game does not come down to the foul shooting. Although the Eagles, up until the last game or two, had really been so much better than last year. I look for the speed in the Norristown backcourt. Jimmy Lever, a real factor here tonight. Someone who, and Lofton Thompson stepping forward and controlling the ball, playing tough defense, and taking good shots. Crutchfield was maybe our best 3-point shooter. And so someone's going to have to step up to make up for that. You don't want them to be able to pack it in underneath.
Jim, do you know anything about PW's depth? I've been trying to get some answers to that. No one seems to know whether they just play 5 or 6 or go to 8. Or
they played Coatesville on Thursday night at PW, lost by 3. And I noticed in the paper, the local paper out by us, which does the job for the Coatesville team, that they went 8 deep that game, or at least there were 8 players listed in the scoring column. So going 8, we're probably not going to go much deeper than 8 tonight either.
I know PW does play a lot of zone. Like against Coatesville, they seem to have a lot of success playing a 3-man zone and 2 men playing man-to-man. So they play a lot of mixed up zones. It'll be interesting to see how they play Norristown tonight. Of course, I don't know that you would do something like that against Norristown because we don't have like one truly outstanding player that they would have to go after. We have a pretty well balanced team.
This is where you hope our team keeps playing as a team.
May I ask you to please clear the white spots on the bleachers? They are the far aisles, and it is absolutely necessary that we keep them clean. Thank you.
This is one of the first games, Jim, where we have to worry about seating.
Now for the start.
We have a very big gym. This crowd tonight would probably fill the PW gym. We've been over there for the playoffs, and we know that it gets fairly crowded. There's a good PW crowd here behind us.
Well, our fans can probably get a chance to see the Norristown side and how many people are over there. And I'd only like to tell them it's much more crowded on the PW side. I think PW has won the battle of the fans, assuming all the fans behind us are from PW.
Let's see the battle of the noise, though. Frank, that's something that's amazed me. Even that really good championship team we have with Binky and Mike Evans and those guys, you remember that I don't think the students ever got behind that team that much. There seem to be more adults and teachers that follow them.
Yeah, I could never figure that out. We had some great teams here, and half the student body just seems to ignore it. It puzzles me because, as you said, high school basketball, it's just great. When you get a good game, it's just great.
Starting lineups are being introduced for PW tonight. Number 22, Tommy Bruno, a 6'3" senior. Number 25, Chuck Moore, a 6'3" junior. The center will be number 30, 6'6" senior Abdul Collier. And at the up front court will be number 33, a 6'5" freshman, Billy Guess. And number 6'45", 6'5" sophomore, John Sammons. Eagles tonight will be going with Lofton Thompson, 6'1" junior. Number 32, Josiah Perry, 6'2", 10th grader. Number 43, 6'3", 10th grader, Joe Green. And two seniors, number 44, 12th grader, 5'9" Jimmy Lever. And 6'4" senior, number 50, Dawad Johnson. Frank, I think Jimmy Lever may be a real key in this ball game, both in terms of the defensive end and also how he can bring up the ball and can control the offense and set up the Eagles' offense. I look for him to be, if he is hitting and dishing the ball off well, I think we're going to be right in this.
Yeah, and I think the other key is Lofton Thompson. We're going to take a break for the national anthem. National anthem sung by the Norristown cheerleaders, led this year by Captain Elena Nelson, Captain Tina Beatrice, and Captain Alicia Hartenstein.
Depth could be another big factor tonight, Frank. I'm not sure we can go too deep tonight, and that could play a role in this game. With us again tonight is our statistician, Neil Schaefer, who always does a good job. And we're starting a little late, Frank. I don't know whether I want this game to go quickly or not. I left my wife home with my two grandchildren, aged 4 and 1.5, watching The Lady and the Tramp. I may get home and find her tied up. I'm not sure.
This is a Saturday night game, unusual for the Eagles. Usually play on Friday night. The Eagles did play last night, beating Central Bucks West, and that could be a factor, Jim, whether how tired the Eagles are tonight.
And actually, we have another Friday night game or Saturday night game next week. Harrisburg coming in, one of the very strong District 3 teams. And we get North Penn next Friday night, who has been ranked in the top 10 also. Okay, tip-off time. John Salmons jumping. Ball controlled by Jimmy Lever. Trying to move. Thank God those cheerleaders sat down. You pick up the defense yet? Ball in and out. Rebound. No. Sure. Joe Green up. Strong ball. Black. Thompson in there. We're going to have a foul. Not sure who it's on. Might be on 25. Fouls on Salmons. Eagles battling on the boards very well. Here goes Thompson. Thompson finds Lever in the corner. Lever launches the three. No. And here goes PW fast breaking. Bruno with the ball. Slows up. There he goes in the drive all the way underneath. Ball swatted away. I didn't see who got the block.
Looks like both teams playing zone, Jim.
Josiah Perry. Yeah, Eagles look as though they're in 3-2. This is Bruno. Bruno comes into Moore. Moore over to Guess. He's a 6'3" freshman. There goes Bruno. Bruno launches a jump. We're going to have a walk.
Looked like the Eagles were in a 1-2-2 zone. Looks like PW is dropping back in a zone.
30 is Collier. He's listed as 6'6", Frank. I'm not sure he's 6'6".
Tommy, you'll shoot it.
Here comes Green. Green over to Thompson. Thompson looking, nothing there. Thompson moving. Finds Perry. Perry spinning. He's going to launch a jumper around Guess. Nothing there. Ball taken away by Perry on the rebound. Looking there, finds Thompson. Thompson with a jumper. Yes, Thompson sets the Eagle off to a 2-0 lead. This is Moore. Moore looks as though he can handle the ball pretty well. Finds Guess. Guess into Collier. There goes Collier on a jumper. Ball's off, no good. We're going to have a push. That's on Salmons, and that may be his second.
That's his second foul already, Jim?
Second foul, 6'5" sophomore.
Well, if he's 6'5", Jim, then Collier can't be 6'6".
I don't think Collier's as tall as Simons. No, you're right. He goes 6'4". Lever with the ball. Let's see what they're playing. Looks like a 1-3-1. No. Thompson with a jumper. He was bothered here. Good defense. Dewad Johnson up. No. Battle off the board. Dewad Johnson. No. Green up. No. Battle on the board. Finally controlled by Guess. Eagles fighting well off the offensive board.
Eagles playing a 1-2-2 zone.
This is more to Guess. Guess with the ball. Guess on the drive. He's going to launch a jumper. He's got it. Billy Guess. Let's set this defense up, Frank. Is it
looks like a 2-3.
It looked like one of them
now
went
they're
through, though. Followed
1-3-1.
Lever through. Let's see what happens. They're going with Lever. They're Green. We're going to have the walk. They tried to set. They follow him through, Frank. Are they playing him some kind of a matchup zone?
It looks like somebody is always sticking with Jimmy Lever.
Here goes Bruno. Bruno has the ball. This is Moore with the ball. Bruno on the inbound. This is Guess. Guess with the bounce pass underneath. Can't see that ball taken away. Collier lost it. Here goes Green on the drive all the way. Yes, Joe Green. 2 for the Eagles, and it's 4-2 Norristown. Lever falling back. Moore with the ball. Moore looks like a pretty good ball handler. 6'3" junior. This is Guess. Now, Lever's following him through also, Frank.
It's as if both teams are playing a 4-man zone and Lever and his man are just playing each other. The TPW has always been known for their strange zones.
Josiah Perry. There goes the inbound. Guess going to launch a jumper. He's got it. Guess for the first 4 points. He's a freshman. Perry underneath the Green. Green with a spin move back. No. Rebound, Dewad Johnson up. Ball blocked by Guess. Controlled by Johnson to Lever. Lever launches the 3. No. Battle on the board. Guess has it. Guess looks like he's playing pretty tough. There's the ball over to Bruno. Bruno finds Salmon. Salmon to Guess. Guess on the dribble. Nothing there. Comes outside. Again to Moore. Moore with Lever playing him. The Eagles are definitely in a zone now, except Lever's following him through. That goes Abdul Collier up. He had a big game against Coatesville. Colonials out to a 6-4 lead. We're at the 4:40 mark in counting. Thompson over the corner. Ball stolen away. Bad pass by Thompson. Cross court. Moore did not come for it. Collier over to Salmons. Moore up high. This is Lever playing him all over. There's Guess. Ball goes under to Collier. Collier with a turn. He's got it. Got a good bounce. Shipley getting ready to find it for the Colonial. 8-4. Here goes Lever. Lever on the long shot. No. And Jimmy Lever so far having trouble. This may be it. This is a foul on Salmons again. That's his 3rd personal. We're not even up to 4 minutes.
You know, Jim, I was just looking at Guess when he ran by us. He's certainly an old-looking freshman. He looks like he's about 24 years old.
Thompson with the ball, comes outside to Lever. Lever, nothing there. Into Josiah Perry. Perry goes in the corner to Thompson. Thompson launches a 3. No. Eagles off in the early going in their shooting. We're going to have a foul on Perry. Eagles off, Frank, and this is where Crutchfield helped him. Crutchfield, a good 3-point shooter.
Coach McGee wants a timeout to talk things over.
3:55 left in the first period. The Colonials out to an 8-4 margin. Collier with 4, Guest with 4, and the Eagles off in their shooting. Biggest factor.
Jim, And another thing, I think that 1-2-2 zone is leaving the middle open for PW's big man to take that jump shot.
Well, they're going to have to try to put somebody in front of them. I'd like to see the Eagles start getting, they've been getting some good offensive boards, but they can't, you know, they haven't been able to put the shots back in.
Jim, PW looks pretty fast, but they don't look like a team that the Eagles couldn't play man-to-man.
I think they may be afraid of the size of somebody. Collier, although we doubt whether he's 6'6", is very broad, and it would look to me like he could bull an Eagles guy underneath, and they certainly don't have anybody to match up with Shipley underneath.